Hello, I'm Philip Todd, Westlake Realty. I am here today to talk to you as a seller. How do you determine the two most important things to do after you have priced your house and you're ready to put it on the market? So you've come to a value with your realtor and you're looking around and going, okay, what do we need to do to be able to reap that sale price that we have in mind? And as we look at the house, we look at the carpet, we look at the paint on the walls, we look at the condition of the property. We probably want to do some inspections. Yes, I know you don't want to spend the money on the inspections because you're a seller, you'd like the buyer to pay for the inspections. But if you go out and do the pest inspection as an example, and you find that there's a little bit of dry rot here and there, we rarely have termites in the area, so they call it pest, but really it's dry rot primarily. And if there is some, then those items can be easily repaired prior to selling the house. And so if you have a report that says that these are the things that are wrong with the house as far as dry rot, etc., and or interior inspection of the home, a whole house inspection as well, that would be somebody going through and look at all the plugs and all the appliances, all that kind of stuff. They'll always find things that you as a homeowner would not even know is wrong with your house. Gives you a chance to fix those items or at least have them in an inspection report to share with any prospective buyer. So the buyer knows what he's getting into when he writes the offer to purchase your house, so you don't end up with a major negotiation at some future time when things pop up that nobody knows anything about. Roof inspection also should be included in that process. So now you've got these details that need to be addressed, and landscaping, exterior landscaping is important. Making sure that it's in good condition, or if you need to brush it up a little bit, bring in some bark, put in some fresh plants, colorful plants, make the place feel comfortable from the street, from the walking in, through the yard, etc. When you step in the door, is the carpet in need? Is the flooring in need? Are the wall paints in need? Those are the things you need to determine as a seller, whether you want to invest the money in upgrading a little bit so that the house really shines and shows well. Those reports, once they're complete, you can determine whether you're going to repair anything or you're just going to provide them in the listing information with your real estate agent so they can put it in multiple listing, and any buyers that are looking at the property, their buyer's agent will have access to those and they can share them with their buyers. So that gives you kind of a head start on other homes in the neighborhood that people don't have that information done, or they haven't spent the time to add a little color, add a little fresh carpet, add a little fresh flooring material, whatever it is. If you feel like spending that kind of money, you think you're going to reap a little bit of a profit out of making those improvements. So that sets the stage for, how do we make the house in good condition, and good enough condition so that people are comfortable with the purchase and it doesn't become a project for them unless they're looking for a project. And of course, people who are looking for a project want a deal. So as a seller, you want to make sure you've got all your ducks in order. And then when it comes to the final details, staging is really important. And when I say staging, that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a bunch of furniture or have a stager bring in a bunch of furniture, but you should have a staging consultant look at your property, walk through the property, ask your real estate agent to pay for it. Ask them to hire a stager to come in and look at the property and give you some ideas. That way, both you and your agent have a good feel. It's hard for real estate agents to go to a seller and say, gosh, those pictures on the wall are terrible, you got to get rid of them. It just doesn't feel comfortable. But a person who's in the business of staging has a nice way of letting people know that we need to make some changes here. We probably should take those down and put these up and do this and do that, move this over here, and so forth. A lot of times you can use your furniture that you already have in the house, move it around, make it feel more spacious, maybe take some things out, maybe bring in just a few little supporting items, and you've got your house nicely staged, and you'll be surprised the changes that it makes. And in fact, I've had people call after the house was staged and they saw it online before they even saw it in person and say, oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful. I want to buy that house and live there. And they're actually selling it. So, those kind of things happen. I mean, it's just amazing what staging could do. And the purpose of a stager is to come in and bring in color, show volume, and bring the eyes of the buyers to certain parts of the house that are showcased parts of the home so that they will notice those. And also for the photographer, a good stager knows how to put the furnishings and the colors and so on and so forth in the location so that when the photographer takes the shots, the house feels really good. It's not a mismatch. It's not a strange fit. And so all of those things are really, really important, and they're simple, and it's kind of fun. I mean, as a seller, it might be, it's a headache. But no, it really, I mean, if you take the right attitude, you'll see how beautiful these little changes will make it for the buyer. Not so much maybe for you. I mean, you're probably happy with it the way it is. But if you want the buyer to enjoy the house, listen to your stager, listen to your realtor, and do all of those little touch-up items that it takes to make that house feel absolutely beautiful, and go ahead and gain an extra $20,000 or $30,000 out of it, which is what you probably get by spending that time and effort on staging and upgrading and pest inspections, etc., etc. So I hope this is helpful for you. I'm Philip Todd with Westlake Realty, and you can find me online if you like. But in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful spring. It's March of 2023 right now, and raining outside, but the sun's on its way.